Wagwan people, what you saying? It is I, Diligent Fingers, and welcome back to the dressing gown vlogs. And I'm still in two minds whether to call it the dressing gown diaries rather than the dressing gown vlogs, but I don't know, I think vlogs sound better even though they're not really vlogs. It's just me sat in front of a camera in my dressing gown talking shit for like 10-15 minutes. But yeah, man, after that waffle, welcome back to, the dressing gown vlogs, where each week I'll just sit down and let you guys know what's going on with me, let you know what I think about, certain situations that have been going on and updates that are going on with myself in the music world, as well as within life, and, first off, I've got to say this last week has been a bit of a mad one mentally, do you know what I mean? It's been good. I've been having some enriching conversations with people and speaking to people that I haven't spoken to for a while and stuff. So it has been a fruitful week, but it has been a mad one mentally. Just sort of realising, how much of a breakdown my network of support has been since COVID coming through. Things like not having a psychiatrist or a counsellor or anything like that. The team that I'm with at the moment in Manchester, I don't know, but they're looking for more staff and they're allocating cases and all this kind of madness and stuff. So, it is what it is. Everyone's struggling everywhere and that, but I kind of feel it for people that have, mental health issues. Things, their usual things that help in regards to coping with these issues, as well as, helping them along on their road to recovery. Since this whole COVID thing has come about, like a lot of things have just broken down. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that everything was perfect before COVID in regards to like my therapy and things like that anyway. Anybody that knows me knows that I have problems with sleeping. Things like that. So it has been difficult, but for it to feel like it's almost like shut down at the moment, it's just something very hard to deal with. It's kind of forcing everybody that's going through any kind of mental health issue to be their own therapist. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like you can have face-to-faces and, phone calls are great. And that, like, I give thanks for like people like the Samaritans, when things have gotten really hairy, at least they've been there to be able to speak to and offload to. Do you know what I mean? But, like not having that face-to-face, do you know what I mean, sort of help, sort of method to the therapy, is really it's really starting to take its toll. I've got to sort of big myself up that, it's coming up to a year that we're dealing with this COVID and lockdown sort of business. More the lockdown really, that's sort of like really affecting people. And not to play down anybody that has been affected by COVID or anybody that has died, but it's just crazy that we're amongst the highest in terms of death rates and stuff like that in the world when it comes to this thing and that. So the prospect of this like lockdowns and restrictions going on for a lot longer than any of us anticipated, it's pretty daunting. But you've got to find ways to keep on moving forward. You've got to find ways to, stay positive and stay productive at that. And, after having a bit of a wobble and a couple of things happening this week, do you know what I mean? It's, fresh week, Monday morning that I'm filming this. like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. But Monday morning, it's a fresh week, hit the reset button, kind of, do you know what I mean, and try and crack on and try and keep busy however way that we can. So, to everybody out there that's, struggling a little bit or feeling a bit down, you know what I mean, I'm there with you. I am there with you, and we can still move forward if we if we keep on pushing, do you know what I mean? Regardless of, what's happening, we've still got to look after ourselves and, do you know what I mean? Make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So, salute to everybody who's still on their grind, still trying to find ways to move forward to you. I'm with you. But with that, I remember posing some questions, last week in last week's video in regards to what kind of content you guys want from me. And we've got some really good suggestions in terms of doing podcasts, but doing podcasts with people that I've grown up within the scene, and that, which I really like. So it's not just like interviewing interviewing anybody, it's like interviewing people that I've worked alongside with for a long time, people that are in similar spaces than me, similar spaces as me, as well as different areas, but we still came up, do you know what I mean, together and knowing each other. And I've got a couple of like really good ideas, I think, in regards to these podcasts, where they're gonna talk a bit more about, you gotta end up finding out a bit more about, my music life, my influences, how things came about and stuff like that. So I really do like that idea, but obviously it's going to take a bit of time to set up, because at the moment, as it stands, I can only record myself and that. So there's a couple of things that I need to get. I don't know what's wrong with my words today, but there's a couple of things that I need to get before I can really jump into getting some of these podcasts recorded. I'm not sure if it's going to be under the Viewpoint podcast banner, or if I'm going to have another name for it and that. But yeah, that's a great idea. So it's something that I'm definitely looking into, definitely working towards, because I think that's something that would be good for me to sort of be able to look back through my music history and stuff. And I know there's going to be some funny stories that come about and things like that, do you know what I mean? But also in terms of like being able to talk about our perspectives whilst coming up, within the arts, within whatever hobbies that we have got. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a great idea. Another person suggested gaming videos coming back, and I really like that idea. I am going to do it, but I really had to think about in terms of, okay, if I'm going to do it, what games am I actually going to stream? And I'm going to do it, but the main focus of gaming I'm going to focus on in regards to gaming on this channel, do you know what I mean, or gaming in general, is horror games, scary games. Because I ended up finding a video from a couple of years ago when I was trying to like do the whole gaming thing, but my setup just wouldn't allow it at the moment. Well, back then and even now, because I've still got the same computer. But I started playing games like Outlast and Layers of Fear, and anybody who saw those videos, do you know what I mean, will know that, yeah, I'm not good with scary games. I'm really not good with scary games. But I do love the stories from scary games and that. So I've always wanted to play Alien Isolation, and that came up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to play that, but it's going to take a bit of a while before we get to that stage, because again, I'm going to have to get some things to be able to set up. I can play Alien Isolation on my Xbox and that, and I can stream to Twitch from it, but I've not got a camera. And when you're playing scary games, do you know what I mean, streaming scary games, like you need that camera to be able to like see the reactions and things like that. So again, a couple things that I'm going to need to get, and that being able to get a webcam at the moment is nigh on impossible. Do you know what I mean? It's really like all the stocks are like completely out at the moment for any kind of decent webcams and stuff like that. So that might take a bit of time, or if anyone knows of anywhere that has got some webcams still in stock, please let me know. But yeah, gaming is definitely going to be coming back to the channel in that, but it's going to be primarily like scary games. I might bring back Seizure Sunday, so like every Sunday, I'm not sure what time, but like every Sunday, do you know what I mean, I'll stream myself like playing Alien Isolation, or try and finish Outlast and Outlast 2 and Layers of Fear. But yeah, if I'm going to bring back gaming to the channel, then at least it's going to have a focus, do you know what I mean? And that, so yeah, man. But there are a couple of things that we're working towards in terms of the suggestions that were made, and thank you to everybody. Hold tight Mushu, hold tight Quadrex, do you know what I mean? And that, supporters, and like, from day, do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, thank you for everybody like left comments and left suggestions and things like that. Also, Forward Motion is going to be coming back this week. It's going to be coming back on Wednesday. I did say last week it was having a break in regards to getting a rebrand and a redesign. That is still actually going on, but for myself, I can't hold back any longer in regards to bringing back the show, and that's not ideal. But these things happen. Last year was a crazy year. I can't expect this year to be any kind of smooth or anything like that, but I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. There's some new things that I'm going to be bringing to the show and that as well. So yeah, this Wednesday, 10 o'clock p.m. until 12 a.m. on Bloc2Bloc Entertainment Radio, the Facebook page. I'm going to be streaming there live and that. And also actually, as a way for you guys to be able to get involved. If you guys are happy to lend your voice to my show, it would be amazing if I could get a voice note or a recording of any of my supporters just saying their name and saying that you're listening to Forward Motion. So, you know, hi, yo, this is blank blank, and you're locked in or listening to Forward Motion with Diligent Fingers, or just Forward Motion, anything like that. If you're able to email that to me or send me a private message, my email is diligentfingers@gmail.com. Or if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, it's Diligent Fingers for Instagram and Facebook. You can send me a private message and just leave me a voice note, and I'll be able to get that recording and add that to the show. So if any of you lot are up for doing that, that would be more than welcome. And trust me, I will have them included in the show, whether it's just a quick drop over a tune or part of the intro for the show, and things like that. Like, it would be great to have my supporters, whether you are in the music field or just a fan, just a listener, just a raver. It would be great to have, you know, the people that support me involved in the show as well. But yeah, man, I'm going to end it here. You know, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much for, you know, listening, watching, hearing me out and that. I'm looking forward to, you know, hooking up with yous on Wednesday for Forward Motion coming back. And, you know, with that, you know, I'll end it there. Take it easy. I hope you have an amazing day. Blessings to you all. I got my outro wrong. Blessings.